Have they ever taken you out on a date to somewhere where the activities that you have to do are very difficult? Well, in today's video, we are going to be telling you about our most difficult date. It was supposed to be a fun time. It was supposed to be like a good hangout, just to bond more. But man, oh man, I mean, boy, oh boy, I don't know how they say it. It was a very difficult time for me, whereas somebody had a great time. So sit back with us and enjoy today's episode of our Cheer series. You are absolutely welcome to our Cheer series, where we talk about our lifestyle, our experiences, our opinions on different things. And on today's episode of our Cheer series, we will be talking about our most difficult dates. Difficult for me personally because he had a great time. So just sit back and enjoy today's episode with us.
Okay guys, you probably must have caught the drift by now, knowing I am the organizer of the dates. That's like my, should I say, specialty, or well, I kind of like do it more or less. Yeah, she has her own responsibilities. I wouldn't tell you.
The way that you're throwing me under the bus, like I do not, arrange the dates for us.
No, make no mistake. You do arrange dates or organize dates, but on the rarest of occasions.
Oh my god.
So I could literally count on my right fingers how many dates you've arranged.
I think basically the reason being that whatever date or plan that I want to make, I need his permission to say, okay, we're going on this date, because he has to pay. He has to pay for the money. And basically, I can then come and say, okay, so I wanted to go to so and so place today, and he has to agree to go to the place and he has to pay for it.
Okay, so could you just go through that process a bit more? Just a bit more.
What is there to buttress?
So, no, I'm not saying you should go into details. I'm saying if you organize dates and I have to pay for it, I would go enjoy the date and gladly pay for it. But what happens often is there is not an organization of dates, there is not a date attended, and there is not a date paid for. So
I have been thrown under the bus. Basically,
I don't bring your leg come out.
That's what is happening, because after you guys see this video, he will come back and say what he wants to say between the both of us. So let's leave this off for you guys to watch.
Okay, so I thought in my head, why not have an exhilarating date, like that date that would probably take your breath away. Now, take your breath away is different things for different people.
I was fighting for my life. This is oh my god, you know when you have people who are going into the military and they have to do those huddles, those trainings, those preparation. This was what this man took me to go and do. So I went to go and do high ropes. I need to go and do zip line.
So I booked the date without telling her. So then I gassed her up. It's a lovely date. You're going to enjoy it. I did think she was going to enjoy it though. So I gassed her up that this date is something else. You've never been to anything like this. You'd love it. I said everything that could push her expectations up. And so it was. Then I told her we are going for Grip London. She hasn't done Grip London before. She doesn't know what Grip London is. So I showed her the things, what they were. Just like, okay, am I going to enjoy this?
Mind you, Grip London, if you are watching today's video, please do come. Send us a DM, Let's work together. Thank you.
So she was like, do I know, am I going to enjoy this? I was like, it's going to be the best moment. This was just, I think, a day before the event and so. And on the day, we set out, traveled down to Grip London, and we got there. Of course, you have plenty young people, and that includes us. And mind you, whatever age you are young when you're in Grip London space. Okay, we booked out the whole day to do all of Grip London's activities, and I love things like this. I absolutely do. I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but it's like my thing. The last time I did anything like that was my NYSC time. And she did the NYSC, so I would have assumed she
No, but
did
I
something
did
like
not do that in NYC. I was a medical practitioner.
You
I was
see?
working in the clinic.
You
So
see?
even when I did it, it wasn't like to the extreme. It was just days when I wanted to go to the field during the camp.
Okay, for those who do not know what NYSC is, it's a compulsory paramilitary service you should do for your country if you're in Nigeria. I mean, it's your choice to make. Is it compulsory?
Yes, it's mandatory.
Yeah, okay. It's a mandatory paramilitary service you should offer to your country in Nigeria.
Except if you are exempt.
Except if you're exempt. It spans for a year and you get to be trained for 21 days. So I was trained and I took part in my training. I participated in my training.
Because
Well,
we
some
did not
people were trained and obviously had no participation in their training. See, the training you missed yesterday will haunt you in the future. It's going to haunt you.
So that's why you decided to
If you have the chance to train, whatever the case may be. No. I did not. In my mind, I was creating that moment for both of us because I've done something similar, but not Grip London. If you haven't done Grip London, you haven't done Grip London because it's about 5 activities you do, and they're all unique in their own ways. So we got there, and the first one we were to do was, after taking the instructions and the directives, we were to do the high ropes. Basically, this high rope is ropes tied on trees and you have loads of hurdles. Now, these hurdles are scary. I hope I could get a video or two to show you what it's like.
Yeah, I'll look for a video to
She categorically said she does not want any video recording of the moment. It was supposed to be exciting.
They told us there was the easy option, there was the harder option. I feel like these people were just lying to us because the easy option that we went through, that thing was very hard. See, let me tell you, it was hard. I was fighting for my life. It was hard.
Okay, for Grip London's sake, the easy option means your route will be shorter. So
I
think
the hurdles were not that much as well.
So you have the longer. Oh yeah, that's true. There was the more difficult route and the less difficult route. That's the easy and the hard. Yeah. So the less difficult route you go right. The more difficult route you go left.
I mean, they could arrange it whatever way they want to arrange it, but they just said this one was easy, this one was hard. So
obviously we took the easier option.
I don't think that.
And you know why? Because of somebody I'm not going to point who. So we got on it, we wore our harnesses and it was very secure. Guys, when you go for Grip London, you are really safe. There is no way you could fall, but there is all the ways you could be afraid.
You just have to be very careful, follow the instructions that they gave and you will be okay, you'll be safe.
Even if you slipped, your step slides, the harness is going to keep you hanging. I'm not so sure if your hanging position will be convenient for you.
You'll be dangling.
But I don't know what she meant. But you're going to be kept hanging. So we got on it. This is supposed to be a fun and exhilarating date. We got on it and we started moving through the ropes. Then at some point you'd have to slide on the ropes with your harness, then catch a tree, climb on the tree, keep moving, go through different obstacles. Some of those obstacles were really weird and really tough.
Yeah.
To be honest, as an active, highly active person, I found it challenging, to be honest.
You did not look like somebody that found it challenging.
No, it wasn't challenging as in not interesting. It was challenging as in very interesting. If you catch the drift.
No, there is no drift in the spot.
But for her, it was challenging as in uninteresting. Because it wasn't easy, so to say. It wasn't cruise. It was so much cruise, but she was not seeing the fun in it. Because of the difficulty level, I would say. Now, just in case you think hers was worse, we also met these guys. I'm not going to mention ethnicity. So, but I could relate with them. So the guy was something like me. His date, which is obviously the girl, was not something like her. She was worse. So my wife is, if there is an obstacle, she should go through it not smiling. This lady goes through it screaming. You know how you're about to start an event and you're all gassed up and you're like, yeah, come on, let's go. So she did the first beat. Afterwards, she was screaming. When she got halfway, she started complaining. She does not want to go forward anymore. Now it's easier to go forward than to go backward, if you understand what I'm saying. Because going backward, you are going against the traffic and there is no way you are going to go backward in any case. So you just have to keep going forward. Everybody was held up by this lady. There was some particular hurdle she couldn't do. She started screaming that she does not want to go again. Oh, please come and get her down. She's not going again. It's not by force. Get me down. Get me down. So we all turned praise singers or motivational speakers. Come on, you can do it. Well done. Clapping. The funny thing is, when you're in this position, every atom of encouragement appears to be mockery.
Yeah.
Or it turns out to be highly annoying.
It's not the best.
So we were trying to encourage her. She was getting angrier and even complaining that she couldn't go any further. So like she was worst case scenario. And at some point when she got to a particular tree and standing platform, they had to get her off the exercise. So
there is a point that you get up to that if you do not want to continue anymore, then you can be taken off the hurdle, the high ropes. You can be taken off. So I think that's where she stopped and she had to come down.
Did she? I think she finished it.
Did she? No, she did not. She went through the shorter route. So with the route that we went through, there is a way that you can bypass the main trip and then you go through the shorter route. So that's what she did.
Oh yeah. I mean, somebody too also went through the shorter route.
No, I didn't.
Did you? Oh, wow, bravo. That's good. I definitely went for all the longest route possible. That's what I went for. I think she went with me. Oh, that's really good. But at some point, she couldn't take it anymore. No, not like she couldn't take it anymore. She became upset about the date because I'd gassed her up about this particular date for a while and it was filled with so much expectation. Here was the date going wrong by every step of the way, or should I say every slide of the rope.
It was very difficult. It was too difficult. Like I practically injured myself.
That's the thing.
Honestly, so the high ropes involves you doing zip lining as well, and when you're going through the zip line, they tell you not to put your hand in front of it, and it was just too. Well, see, I don't know how I got myself injured. I injured myself and I was bleeding. And I had to still continue doing the high ropes. It was just too difficult. It's not something I want to do again. Never again in this life.
I would love to do it again.
I would follow him, sit down, downstairs, not do the high ropes, singing his praises, giving him the motivation, telling him to go. But me, not again. So, Grip London, this is your man. You should come and get him. Just send us a DM. Send us a DM. We'll be very happy to work with you.
I really think it's something you would enjoy. Especially if you went with your partner. At least you guys would get to know each other better. I did get to know her better. Especially when she got injured, I was like, how is this date supposed to finish today now? Because I knew the fun was out of it. And
no, but I think we ended up having fun because
we did. That was just first activity.
Yes, outside of the high ropes, you have the zip lining to do as well, and the zip lining, it is a very long route. Oh my god!
Eventually, we finished with the high ropes and we went to the zip lining. Now this was fun.
It was scary.
Oh, it is scary.
It was scary, but it was.
It's more like a conquer your fear exercise. The more you do, the more you get used to it. The more you enjoy it. To be honest.
Yes. But at least with the zip line, I didn't have a lot of problems, but it was.
I did because the start height for the zip lining was ridiculous. We kept climbing and climbing and climbing. Eventually, we got to the top. The start zip line was so long. Now, with the zip lining for me, when it's going across the grass, I'm like, okay, even if you fall, it's across the grass, it's safer. Mind you, there is no way you could fall. It's not possible. But it's just the whole psychological play. But the start zip line travels across the road first, not the major road, the road within Grip London, then onto the grass before you get to stop. That was the first zip line. So that was so difficult for me. We got there, we were like, how do we start now? You have to literally go off the platform you were standing to start ziplining down.
You have to psych yourself.
Yeah, I was looking down. You shouldn't look down. I was looking down. I was like, oh my goodness, what in the world is happening here? I think she was more, should I say, she was bolder in this regard than I was. Eventually, we psyched ourselves. We have to go off at the same time. Now, if peradventure I went off and she didn't, that was the end of the relationship. I can't trust her again. I can't trust her again. So, because my legs were shaking, literally, I couldn't pay to kill myself. Mine is really safe, 100% safe. But I couldn't pay to kill myself. That was how I felt. And we were like, 1, 2, 3, off we go. And we zipped down the first line, down, until we got to the landing platform. There is a technique of landing. You just don't land like that. So they'll train you about it when you get there. So we got to the first one and we landed. When we landed on the board, there is a foam for you to run into if you still have momentum, just to stop you. Landed on the board, ran into the foam, and we're like, whew.
Yeah.
This was lovely. So the fun just began for us and we continued. And we kept going from one zip line to the other. Really fantastic. How did you feel? How was your experience?
I think it was okay. It wasn't as terrible as the high ropes, you know. Well,
no, you really enjoyed it. You're pretending now.
the zipline was nice. It was me trying to conquer my fear. So I do not like heights. I'm not a great fan of heights. I do not like it one bit. Imagine you ziplining on a height and just going through a very thick, it's not that thin, but just going through that line and smashing into boards and things that are supposed to just paddle you and just keep you safe when you are landing on the landing board. So it was like a thrill. It was good and it was fun.
Yeah, it was. We got so used to it, so much so that when we ziplined, we no longer spun on the line. We just know how to stay straight. It's a little technique they'll teach you. You paddle your legs and it just helps you stay straight. So when you're landing straight with the right side as against landing with your back or something of that nature. So it got so good and we went. When we had the last one, just like the world was beneath us and we're flying. It was like a movie experience. Just zip line and bang. That was the last one. So that was really interesting. As at this point, she was beginning to feel the excitement of the whole experience. And that was what it's supposed to be honest.
And then we decided to go do something else. People
it's
are
called
bored.
A power fan.
I think that's what Grape London calls it. Do you know what this is? So practically, you are up on a height. Was it 28 meters?
Yeah, I think.
So you are up on a height, and then you free fall from that height. But then you have like a harness and something holding you, so that by the time you land, you are landing safely on the floor. But you have to jump from that height. Bear it in mind, I said I do not like heights. Too. I'm scared of heights. I don't do well with heights. I had initially told my guy that no, I'm not doing this. I'm definitely not doing this. And he was like, it's gonna be nice, it's gonna be fun. I was like, I am not doing no. But they said let us do. So let us carry ourselves and go and do. We went up the stairs, and then when it was my turn, I was singing to the Most High God, and I was telling the Lord, please accept my soul. Accept my soul, because I don't know where this is going to carry me to. So basically, by the time you jump off the cliff, you will practically feel as if your heart is out of your chest and you are unable to breathe. As if that was me. Oh my god, it was just something else. It was out of this world. Somebody said you will feel as if the adrenaline was just pumping and you're just feeling so psyched up and everything. Felt it? Yes. Do it again? No. Definitely not. But then by the time I was landing on the floor, I could not even feel my feet. I didn't even know I was on the floor. I just laid down on the ground. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, because it is you that have done this. Like I started singing praises to the Most High God. Yes, I'm a Christian and I will profess it. Started singing praises to the Most High God because he had a great time.
That thing was something else. Because the height, like she said, was really high. and you practically just drop. For me, when I jumped off or when I started dropping, it feels like you're dropping forever. you I don't know, I think you don't feel gravity, you don't feel anything. It feels like your heart has left your chest. It's just an exhilarating thrill. I can't explain it, to be honest. It's one of the most memorable moments, or rather memorable activity I've done. It's that activity, basically, that one in particular, because when I jumped off the cliff, I felt like I was falling forever. Now, by the time I was conscious of where I was lying down on the floor. I'd already gotten down, but I still felt like I was falling. It's something else.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It was thrilling though. It was quite nice. It wasn't
mad thrill.
It wasn't as terrible as
like
the high roads.
Mad thrill.
It was good.
I didn't do it again though. But it's mad thrill. I would love to do it again. I had the chance to do it again, then I didn't. I wanted to recover from the first one. You feel like your heart, your spirit leaves your chest when you start falling. It's safe, really safe, but you just feel it. And all those calculations of what if the rope was not well measured, what if that's never going to happen. These are done by experts, but you have all those what if moments, and the fall lasts forever. I'm sure it's just seconds, but it feels like forever.
You can practically tell that he had a great time. So Grip London, I'm saying it again. If you want to work with us, please do send us a DM. Because he's excited to work with you. I'm going to be his manager, by the way.
Then there was one more.
Oh, the one that we had to go.
That spins you around.
Yes, you have to go round.
That one.
Like in
Same
a tunnel.
Height.
In a tunnel. Height. I mean, in a, I don't know what it's called, but
yeah, I'd call it a tunnel. Yeah, same height, but this time you have to get into a sack. Then you get into the tunnel. Then they slide you down. It's two options. There is one that is quite steep. The slide down is quite steep, and there is the other that is not as steep, but it gives you more distance because you're going round and round and round. So before I think I did the first one that gets you. I think you only did one.
I only did one.
Yeah, she did the steep one, like one for all. Me, I went to the one that would take you longer distance, that spirals you down. When I slid down that one, there is a transparent frame at the beginning where you could see outside. That's the most scary part, because when you see outside, you're conscious that you're falling from your height. As soon as you go past that transparent frame and you keep going round and round, you just keep not literally bumping, but it gives you that bumping feel round and round until you're out of the tunnel and you slide out. When I did the first one, I was like going for the deeper one. So I went again for the deeper one and took the slide again. It was really lovely, really filled with thrill, and it was amazing. So overall, how would you rate your experience in Grip London?
I personally would say out of a 10, I would give it a 6 to a 7 out of a 10. And that's because I'm not a great fan of heights. That's why I would give it a 6 or 7 out of 10. But it was great fun. It was something out of my comfort zone that I had to do, and it was nice, but it's not something that I would repeatedly want to do, if you get what I'm trying to say. Well, what would you say?
I would say the activities themselves, I would give it a 9. Yeah, okay. I really did enjoy it.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, a 9 or a 9.5, I would say. Really lovely, honestly. If you have an all boys outing, that would be a nice one, honestly.
Yeah.
Or an all active people outing. Yeah, people do not have fear of height.
If you just say you are talking to somebody and stop going through the
It's your opportunity to conquer the fear. But that kind of outing, Grip London is your venue. Amazing.
Anyway, thank you guys so much.
Not the event, this whole exercise or production episode was not sponsored by Grip London.
No, it wasn't.
Just a disclaimer.
Just exactly, it was not sponsored by Grip London. That's all we're saying. Grip London, this is your guy if you want to work with me. So please do send us a DM. And if you know Grip London, do share the video to them so that they would know that we're talking well about them.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you go off to Grip London after now, please let me know and please share your experience in the comment section. We'll be looking forward to that. If you haven't, give it a try. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. On to the next one. See you later.
Bye.